Hi students, welcome you all to the channel ABC Economics. After a little gap, I am once again back with a new topic. So before we start the topic, let me tell you a few things. I hope you all have seen my previous videos. I also hope that those videos might have been useful to all of you. I, as usual, requested all of you to give your feedback and queries. Some of you have asked some questions, gave some feedback. I'm very happy that you guys are liking the videos. Basically, videos should help you for preparing your board exam. That's the main motto. And I hope I have been able to do justice with my previous topics. Why I am asking feedback? Because if you give honest feedback, then obviously I can improvise my educational videos, which will ultimately help you better to score good marks. Coming back to today's topic is the government budget and the economy. So first, let us know what is budget or what is government budget. See, budget is a statement of the estimates. It is the statement of the estimates of government receipts and government expenditure during the period of financial year. It is an estimate, rather it is a document of estimates of government's receipts and government's expenditure for the whole financial year. So what they are anticipating, the revenue, and what they are anticipating, the forthcoming expenditure. To combine all this, a document is made, and that document is known as government budget. Government budget has a certain features. So what is the first? First one, it is an estimate, not actual statement. Okay, it is an estimate. We estimate that these things are going to happen. This is the revenue which we are going to get during the financial year. This is the expected expenditure. So this way, a kind of estimate. The budget is an estimate, not an actual statement. Next, it is prepared annually. That means the budget is prepared annually. Every year it is prepared. It is not quarterly or half yearly. Every year the budget is prepared. So it is called the budget is prepared annually. Next, it is a constitutional obligation to present the budget before Parliament. Okay? It is a must, mandatory for any government for that matter. After preparation of the budget should be presented before the Parliament, both houses of the Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Next, budget is made according to the available resources. According to the available resources, the budget is made. Then there may be some provisions incorporated in the budget to improve the availability of resources. That's different issue, but budget is made according to the available resources. So there are basically 4 or 5 features. Basic feature is it is an estimate. We should not take it as a real statement. It is prepared annually. It is a constitutional obligation to present the budget in both houses of parliament, and budget is to be made according to the available resources. So basically these are the features of budget. Now coming to objectives. What are the objectives of budget? Right? Number 1, reduction in inequality, reduction in income and inequality in wealth. Okay. Number 2, reallocation of resources. Number 3, economic stability. And number 4, direct participation and economic growth by managing public sector units. So basically there are 4 objectives. Number 1, reduction in income and inequality in wealth. Reduction in income and inequality in wealth. It is generally found that there is a big gap between rich and poor. A rich person is becoming richer and richer, and poor becoming poorer and poorer. So there is a wide gap between rich and poor. So budget always tries to see that that gap is minimized. In order to do that, they adopt some taxation policy. Higher taxes are imposed on rich people, and higher taxes are also imposed on the items which the rich people generally use, so that their personal disposable income gets less and subsidies are given to the poor. So adopting all this, the government tries to minimize or reduce the gap of income and wealth among the people of our country. Next, reallocation of resources. The available resources are the available resources with the government are being used in a different purposes, and the regional imbalances. A particular region is developing very fast, the other particular region is not able to do that well. So the resources, whatever the resources the government has, those resources are properly reallocated so that the gap between particular regions, a particular region is very developed and a particular region is not at all developing, so that the gap between these two regions can be minimized. So the available resources are tried to use in a different way and different direction. So that is known as reallocation of resources. These are the basic objectives of the budget, aims and objectives of the budget. Next, economic stability. Obviously, if things are going properly, if taxation and fiscal measures are taken properly, and if the gap between rich and poor minimizes, the gap between regions is well balanced, so naturally our economy will become a stable one, a vibrant one. So using all these methods, taxation method, subsidies method and all other methods, the government tries to make sure through budget that there is an economic stability. Now, direct participation of economic growth by managing public sector. So what is basically economic growth? Economic growth means increase in output, right? So the main aim of the budget is to see that, or to ensure that the output as a whole of our country grows. That's the basic economic growth. Then economic development is something different. Economic development means along with economic growth, along with growing output, the other facilities should also increase, like infrastructure, roads, lighting and sanitation, education and all these things. So if that is included, or that is rather developed, then that is known as economic development. But basically economic growth means the development, rather you should say more output. That means we feel that there is an economic growth. So the government always tries through its budget to see that the output as a whole should increase, and they also ensure the public sector units in India, because public sector units, they face a lot of competition with the private sector. So they also try to see, or rather ensures, that public sector contributes more and more, so that there will be continuous and sustained growth in the country. And then again, if that continues, a sustained growth continues, then sustained development continues, then automatically there will be economic stability. And when there is economic stability, then the country is prosperous, happy. So keeping all these four objectives in mind, the budget is prepared. And you know, the budget is prepared by a team of experts under the leadership of the finance minister, and it is presented before the parliament, and once it is voted in favor of all the statement of estimates of revenue and expenditure, then finally it comes into force, and then that particular year goes with the guidelines of the budget, and again in the next year they ask for queries, they take the feedback, and they see the practicality of the existing budget, and they also observe the merits and demerits, and in the next budget the government tries to improvise, or rather to see that those problems or those lacuna is removed, and further again for the next year the budget is prepared, keeping all these things in the mind. So basically, again I am talking about budget. Budget is nothing but a statement of estimates of government receipts and government expenditure during the period of the year. It has its own salient features. It is an estimate, not an actual statement. It is prepared annually. It is a constitutional obligation for the government to present the budget in both houses of the parliament. And budget is made according to the available resources. These are the basic resources, basic features of the budget. Then coming to aims and objectives of the budget, points I have written: reduction in income and in inequality in wealth, reallocation of resources, economic stability, then direct participation and economic growth by managing public sector units. So this is what the first module of the lesson budget and the economy. We can stretch it for half an hour or for 30-40 minutes, but it won't be that effective. So my purpose is to categorize the entire chapter into 2 or 3 modules so that I can brief the topics in a phased manner so that you will find it easy to understand. Instead of the whole lesson in one video, I have split up it into 3-4 parts. So this is the first part, in which we discussed the definition of budget, the features of budget, and the objectives of budget. Hope this explanation will help you a lot and you can understand the basic concepts of the chapter Government Budget and Economy, and it will also help you in the forthcoming topics of the same lesson, which will be there in my subsequent videos. Till then, happy and prosperous days ahead. I hope you are all working hard and you will come out with flying colors in your forthcoming exams. Thank you. Thank you very much.